Hello, I am a broke Indian game developer and I like to make games. So, I'm taking part in a game jam. And it's a themed horror game jam. 15 Days of Horror Part 1. About the game, it's like a casual game jam where you have to make a game in a period of time. In this case, I got like 13 days, but I'm not gonna spend all those 13 days in this jam, hopefully. The theme is House of Remembrance. I mean, it means there should be a ghar, a house, and some memories and some going around doing things. Typical cliched horror game that you can think, I guess. And there are some bonus challenges that you can take part in: Shadows of the Past, Past and Present, Dark and Stormy Night. So, I have already started working on it, and this is a small thing. I mean, I imported few things in this already. So a few things critical to a horror game is, first is an environment or a location or some level. So I am working solo on this jam, so I'm gonna use a lot of Premade Assets. So this is an apartment kit. It's free on Asset Store. You can just download it. It's amazing. There are multiple rooms in it. There are like tons of things that you can do in it. So in that, this is the house that I chose for our house. This is one of the houses that our protagonist will move in. Why one of the houses? I mean, I'll explain that later on as we progress through the game. Okay, and this is another house that the protagonist, or the primary house, actually our house in a way. So this is how it is at the moment, and then there's no camera in here. Next, I added a couple of things again. So I added this ultimate horror kit that I had, which I bought directly from the website, and then this dialog system, a wolf, some animations, and anime girl animation. So, and that's about the assets that I'm gonna use so far. And I think I'll tell if I add. I'll just inform if I added another thing or something like that. And then this is how we can go around in the room at the moment. So yes, I'm also using VRMs. I feel they are pretty cool. The models kind of thing. I'll just explain it elsewhere. So yeah, now we can just move around the house and go and interact with things. And the thing is, this already comes with an interactor, but that is kind of conflicting with the interactor that I have for UFPS. I'll show you. So this is just mouse click and then it interacts, but there's this interaction system in the game itself, in this UFPS, so I need to fix it. Otherwise there'll be like two different kind of interactions, and I don't want to keep it that way. So that's one thing that I gotta fix. And yeah, there's another thing that I want to show. I also added some post-processing. Ta-da! It looks a lot different now. Yeah, so with a bit of post-processing, the whole place looks quite good. And then we also have a Doggo in the cast. Actors, I think I'll just show you the Doggo. Yeah, here's the good boy. We can interact with it. This is that interaction system that we have with the dialogues. The dialog system is pretty amazing kit. Again, I got it a couple of years ago in a humble bundle, but I haven't used it in a game yet, like in a game which I put out somewhere. So I thought it will be a good activity for me to also implement the dialogue system that is lying around for quite some time now. So I'll just give you a quick run through of the dialogue system. If I'll just do this, dialogue manager, dialogue. So yeah, this is the dialogue. We'll be having the actors, the quest that we want, and the locations and variables. I mean, these are all the flags that I'll be using in the game. I think explanation of what the game is all about is on due, but I don't want to give away a lot of spoilers. So here's a quick run through of what the game will be. So we are exploring this house. We have to do some activities and uncover a mystery basically, and it all happens in a non-chronological order, but it's all happening in such way because the player or the protagonist of the story is sick in a way. So for him it feels like time is skipping or time is slipping away. So they try to do an activity, but they get distracted, and then because they got distracted, they get locked in this state of mind where until and unless they clear their mind by doing some other activity, they won't be able to escape a loop. And there's another thing that I want to implement in the game is this concept of something of non-Euclidean geometry in a way, not really non-Euclidean, but an optical illusion to say fully. So the concept is, imagine you go through this door over here, and then you take a turn, and when you take a turn over here, instead of seeing this view over here, you see this view. And as you try to exit from here, instead of coming out from here, you come out from here. So kind of like portals from the game Portal, but instead of explicitly or implicitly or whatever, instead of making the portals by yourself, the portals are already there. And sometimes it can be like this also. So imagine the scenario is you are looking at here, but when you enter, you are teleported elsewhere. So, and the idea is when you are teleported, you are teleported to another part of the house or another level or another section of the game, another house or something like that, and then you have to solve a mystery there to get back to your original room, and then only you will be able to close the loop by either solving your mistake that got you stuck in the loop in first place, or going back when the loop started and not doing that. I think I might need a flowchart or something like that to explain this more efficiently, but who cares? I can kind of explain it here. Yeah, you start from the base loop, and then if you do something right, you are able to progress to the next part of the loop. But if you are raising the false flags, then you go into the feedback or the retrieval loop or something like that. In here again you get to do multiple things that can either either make you stuck in the same loop like this, or you can exit the loop like this. Or I can say delete link and make a link here like this here. So when you are stuck in a recovery loop, actually delete link, and let's make a child note and then make a link to this. Yeah, a bit easier for understanding. So you are in the loop, okay, and then you get options to do acts, certain things, and if you do certain things then you may proceed to the next section of the loop. But if you are distracted and raise the false positive, then you go into the recovery loop. In there you again get to do certain things which will lead you to a conclusion that will make you stuck in a loop. But if you decide to break through that loop by doing the things that you're supposed to do to fix them, fixing the things that it'll make sense when you play the game. I think I need to give you an example of the gameplay. So let's show you the doggo. This is the first loop, the first puzzle, so I think I'm not giving away a lot of things. So you start with the doggo. You can either pet him or ignore him. If you pet him, then you set a flag, and that will lead the dog to get away from you. If you try to pet him, he'll get away from you and go and sit in front of the refrigerator. Wait, I'll show you. I think it's better for me to show this in action. Just forget about I'll just keep this here. It's easy for you to see the flow of the conversation. Okay, that is creepy. Dun. So see, this is our pet doggo. Right now we have met the condition that this is the pet is not distracted yet. If it was already distracted, then we get another set of lines. But now we can just pet him or ignore him. So if I ignore, it'll just break the link. I'll pet him. But if I try to pet him, okay, something is not working. I know what is not working. 1 second. Yes, there was no Navmesh. Okay, so yeah, it'll go in front of the fridge, kind of. I need to fix it. I need to make him sure that he's here, so we won't be able to if you try to, the doggo is in our way, so we cannot open the fridge at the moment because the dog is in the way. Yeah, some kind of logic, right? Yeah. But we can try to scare him, but nothing happens, and we need to play, but we don't have anything to play with, so we need to go and find something to play with. So yeah, this is kind of, now they are stuck. Now I can say the state that we are at is this one over here. There is the session state, the recovery state, sorry. So in the recovery state, now we get an option to get out of the recovery and do other things. In this case, I think it is, I guess, yeah, we can tear the boring calendar. We can tear it for some reason, and then I need to implement the end of loop now, and then some jump scares and things to make it a horror game and not just a walking simulator with nothing to do. There's another thing that I want to show is this over here. So remember the portal thing that I just spoke about. So I kind of implemented them in a low-key level. They're not perfect, but you'll get an idea of what I wanted to say. So you see, this is not our original kitchen with a gap on the top, and then if you just scroll back a bit, then you can see that this is not the original kitchen. And whoa, wait a second, where are we? I wonder how. But yes, now you end up in a different house with the same furniture but a different layout. And then if I want to, oh, you see, this is our original, this is where we wanted to, we came from. So yeah, and the other way around, imagine, so here the doggo, I don't want to go there, but wait a second, I end up walking here, and so yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about in a way. So wrapping the reality in a way, and presenting it to have an impact in your brain. And I fix this because the paintings, the pictures that we have over here, those are something that will have something in the game. But anyway, this is how it is so far. I think I need to just also, yeah, much better. So this is what we have so far, and I'll fix a couple of things like this clipping that we are seeing, and few more things. I think it's inverted. No, it's not inverted that much, but I think there are a few things that I need to fix in this, obviously. But apart from that, I think I can see, but that's, oh, yeah, there are times you can actually break this teleportation, but it doesn't work all the time. So yeah, maybe you can find some cool ways to get past this. That would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, there is fall damage, and it's a lot of fall damage. Here, yes, finally. So what I want to do is, the dog should also be here. You know what I'm saying? So the layout changed, but the objective is constant. So this paints like an image that the deteriorating state of the player or something like that. I think we have recorded a lot, and I have to edit this a lot to make it interesting. But if you want to get the full version of this unblabbered shit, then you're more than welcome to subscribe me on nothing but just YouTube. Okay. Yeah, and that's about it for this jam. And I am a broke indie Indian game developer, and if you want to come along with me on this journey where I show you how I make games, then feel free to subscribe. Bye bye.